Welcome, welcome. Godric here, your stock market mentor. Monday nights. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Tomorrow we have a early close in the market. Closes at 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 hours early. Off for Christmas, back after Christmas, back on the 26th. Tonight, thought we would talk about quantum computers. This one here, Rigetti Computing, RGTI, interesting. It's basically, I'm going to show you four stocks tonight. One is Rigetti. Basically, it's a penny stock like a month ago. And then, it climbed up into higher territory. You can see the dip here from 12 to, let's say, 8 to 12. So get ready for a roller coaster ride. That's also a double top, so be careful right there. But quantum computing is very hot. One thing I learned when I started stocks years ago was the theory of the burning match. And the burning match theory applies to the stock market is to say that when a match burns, it lights, it's on fire, and then it goes out. That's kind of how a lot of stocks are. A lot of stocks, they kind of catch on fire, they're hot, people buy them, there's hype. And for the most part, they lose their luster. And the hype goes out when we find out what it's actually doing. It's probably making a service or a product or not doing that well. And then it kind of dies off. So if you can understand that with these stocks that are going to the moon, I remember Yahoo back in the day, because internet was like back in the 90s. Internet was king. Yahoo shot up like, I don't know, I think 800 points or something from, low numbers. And it was like a burning match, and it finally cooled off and came down. America Online, similar situation. America Online got so big, it was able to buy Time Warner Company. And that stock shot up, like, let's say from, 20 to 100, 200. So now we have quantum computers. And just be careful, because there's a lot of volatility. These stocks are not profitable. They're just building a foundation for quantum computers. We don't really know what they're doing, really. I mean, I can. If you guys even know what a quantum computer is, let's see. Should we ask ChatGPT? ChatGPT, OpenAI. What is a quantum computer, and how is it different? Let's see what it says. Welcome, guys. Tap that screen for me. Appreciate you. Get those likes to 1,000. There'll be some coins if you want to. If you want, because why not? Oh my God! Like, I asked like a lot. Let's see if it. Bear with me.
A quantum computer is a type of computer that uses the principles of quantum mechanics, laws that govern the smallest particles in the universe, to perform calculations. Unlike classical computers, which use binary bits, zeros and ones, to process information, quantum computers use quantum bits, or qubits, which can represent a 0, a 1, or both at the same time, thanks to a quantum property called superposition. Key concepts in quantum computing. 1. Qubits. Classical bits are either 0 or 1. Qubits can be in a state of 0, 1, or any quantum superposition of these states, allowing quantum computers to process a vast amount of information simultaneously. 2. Superposition. Superposition allows a qubit to be in multiple states at once. This property enables quantum computers to explore many solutions to a problem at the same time. 3. Entanglement. Qubits can become entangled, meaning the state of one qubit is directly related to the state of another, even if they are physically separated. This property allows quantum computers to perform complex computations in ways that classical computers cannot. For interference, quantum computers use quantum interference to amplify correct solutions and cancel out incorrect ones during calculations. Differences between quantum and classical computers feature classical computers, quantum computers, natural due to superpositions. Basic unit, bit 0 or 1, qubit 0, 1, or superposition. Parallelism, limited by the number of processors, natural due to superposition. Speed, efficient for sequential tasks, exponentially faster for specific tasks. Mechanics, follows classical physics, follows quantum mechanics. Error tolerance, highly error tolerant, prone to quantum decoherence, errors. Applications, general purpose, specialized tasks, e.g. cryptography optimization. Hash applications of quantum computing. Quantum computers excel in specific areas where classical computers struggle. Cryptography, breaking encryption methods like RSA using algorithms like Shor's algorithm. Optimization problems, solving complex logistics, financial modeling, and supply chain issues. Drug discovery, simulating molecules and chemical reactions for pharmaceuticals. Machine learning, enhancing algorithms through faster data processing and better model training. Challenges. Despite their potential, quantum computers face significant challenges. Decoherence and noise. Qubits are fragile and can lose their quantum state due to environmental interference. Error correction. Maintaining qubit stability requires sophisticated error-correcting mechanisms. Scalability. Building quantum computers with a large number of reliable qubits is technically difficult. Why are quantum computers important? Quantum computers promise to solve problems that are currently intractable for classical computers. They have the potential to revolutionize fields like cryptography, artificial intelligence, and materials science. However, they are not a replacement for classical computers, but rather a powerful tool for specific types of problems.
You guys hear that? Was that too much? I don't know. I'm thinking like teleport and go back in time. I mean, what's the point? It sounds like they're just basically like get an upgrade. I remember when we had the modem. We would log into the modem. We would have to use like a phone number. It would go like Kenya. We had like this sound, awkward sound, and it would like connect in the modem. And now it's just, I don't know, upgraded. So quantum computers are real hot right now. The stocks are going crazy. I'm going to show about 4 tonight. One is Rigetti. They have this quote unquote Willow chip, supposed to be the shit chip. I don't know. Check it out. It's on $11 a share. And this was up today, $159. I'm going to show you another one. And here, to take a picture, here's qubits, QBTS D-Wave, $8. Also up today. This also was a penny stock. Also no profits, just real light earnings. They're just building a foundation, guys. I mean, we didn't really know what they're doing. Here's the other one, IONQ. Now, this is the one we took some big positions in, my group of traders. This one looks a little more respectable, bigger share price, bigger market cap, IONQ. Do your own research because it's a similar situation. There's no profits yet. They're just building their foundation. This one has an interesting covered call. I'm going to show you. And here's the last one I'm going to show you tonight, QBit. I can't tell you which one's better. This one also was a penny stock recently, and they're all jumping up now. Let's just say these 4, and there's more than that, guys. But these 4, I think, probably can double again. Let's say maybe to double price from here, maybe triple. Because why? Because of the burning match. Because they're hot. Because people are willing to risk to put money into them, even though they don't know what they're doing. It's just a new hot topic. Here, I want to show you, take some pictures of this. Here's a 2-year covered call. Rigetti, right? So, Rigetti, buy 100 shares. And check this out. The buy 100 shares now, and the 2-year cover call agreed to sell them. Agreed to sell for, let's say, 20. Buy the shares here at 11. Agree to sell for 20 and get $6 back. Look at that. 6 to 7. The bid is what the one we're going to get paid. The 7 is the ask. So these options are very expensive, which means that you can get paid on your investment. So buy the shares here at 11. Agree to sell them for $20 in 2 years, and you get $6 back. So that's a profit, $6. That's like 60% return. Actually, let's do the math. 6 divided by 1096. 54% return. And then you can also double your share price to 20, or at least get 91 points of share growth to 20. So that's probably a good deal. And then the next one, here's QBT, similar situation. Stock is $18, $18.19. And the 2-year covered call, you could agree to, which one do I like? It looks like it's a 30. It's paying $9 for the 30. So you can get 12 more points of share growth. Selling the 30, you get 9 back. Let's do the math. 930 divided by 1819. It's like 50% return for 2 years. 51% return right there. And also you can get some share growth on that. And here's the third one. QBTS, similar situation. This one actually is a little higher. It's only $8 a share, right? $8.15. And look at the 17 strikes, paying $5. So buy the shares here at $8.15. That's $815 for 100 shares. Write the cover call for the 17, which means the stock can double, which is fine for you. And you agree to sell at 17 in 2 years. You get $5 back. 5 divided by 8.15. A return on an investment of 61%. It's almost like, now the stock will have to maintain at least for 2 years, so that is a risk, If the stock starts going down, then you lose share growth. But you're getting 50% return, 60% return. So it's almost like, in a way you can think of it like this, you're going to get money back on your investment right away. You can put that money to work for you, right? It's like, if you invest 100K, they're going to give you 50K back as your profit. And then 100K will be sitting there in 2 years as long as the stock maintains. It doesn't go bankrupt. It doesn't go out of business, which could happen. So you have been warned. Here's the one I like, I think the best, because it just seems a little more respectable. IONQ. Now, IONQ, by the shares here at 41. By the way, all these stocks hit an all-time high like in the last week. And it looks like the 50 strike is paying $21. So you're getting half your investment back, and which is in this form of a profit. And then you can also gain 10 more points of share growth, 9 more points of share growth on that one. Now, IONQ is special because those other stocks that I just mentioned, those other three, those ones are cash maintenance, which means you can't use margin to buy them. But IONQ is 50% marginable. So what you can do IONQ, it's almost like, even though the share price is 41, it's almost like you only have to pay 21 because it's 50% marginable. So technically you can buy 100 shares, write a cover call. If you get half, if you write to 50, get 21 back, just over 50% return. It pays for itself in that sense because it's 50% marginable. And then you're going to have a 50% profit, and 2 years out, if the stock is still there, you also get your stock back at probably $50 a share. That's the deal. So that's let me also see what ChatGPT says about these stocks. What do you think about investing in quantum stocks like IONQ and Rigetti, RGTI. Oops, RGTI.
Investing in quantum computing stocks like IONQ, or Rigetti Computing.
Let me have the female voice. Oh, failed to play the message. Well, hang on, I screwed it up. RGTI. Try again. Investing in quantum computing stocks like IONQ and Rigetti offers now my ChatGPT. Let's see. Let me try that again. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. What do you think about investing in quantum stocks like IONQ and RGTI? I shouldn't have stopped it the first time. It just broke the ChatGPT. I didn't know what to do, man. The chat didn't know what. The ChatGPT just kind of broke down. Let me read what it said. Investing in quantum computing stocks like IONQ and Rigetti can be an exciting but speculative opportunity. Quantum computing is still an emerging technology with the potential to revolutionize industries like cryptography, pharmaceuticals, artificial intelligence. However, in such companies require clear understanding of the technology, the market, and the associated risks. Factors when investing in quantum computing stocks. Market potential. The quantum computing market is projected to grow significantly, which estimates reaching 125 billion or more by 2040, driven by advancements in hardware, algorithms, and applications. Early movers in this field like IONQ and Rigetti aim to capture a share of this growing market. IONQ focuses on trapped ion quantum computing technology, which has advantages in scalability and error rates compared to other methods. IONQ has established partners with companies like Microsoft and Amazon, integrating its technology into cloud platforms. Rigetti Computing specializes in superconducting quantum processors, a technology used by many leading quantum computing initiatives. Rigetti provides quantum as a service and competes in both hardware and software development. Financial health. Emerging companies often have limited or no profitability as they invest heavily into R&D, research and development. Check cash reserves, revenue trends, and partnerships to assess financial stability. Both IONQ and Rigetti are early-stage companies, which means they may rely on external funding. What do you think? Okay. Sorry, that was too much. Questions? Thank you guys for coming. We're going to talk about this quantum computing. I got a request. Let's see. I only take subs. You guys want a sub? It's only $5 a month. I'll answer all your questions, and you can come up on my live.
Big G.
Is that the Rainmaker?
It's the rainmaker in the house.
How you doing?
Did you guys check outside? Is it raining?
What do you got for us tonight?
Oh
Did I
man.
come? Did I come through? Were you hearing all that?
Yeah, that was good.
I tried to mention four stocks that I knew about and some of the positions if you want to do those trades.
I wanna talk about a trade that I got in my hand in my journal here for IONQ, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow. But I just wanted to confirm. We looking to make 300% on this trade? We need to figure this out. Can we go through this trade?
Yeah. What do you got? Yeah, is that the spread?
Yeah, I just did the numbers on the spread.
Yeah. So the value of the spread is that you're getting a price near the share price,
That-
and because you're selling the higher call, you're buying the lower call and you're selling the higher call. It's reducing your costs, so you can get a nice play. In this case, yeah, 300% return. Do you want to tell us the options that make that spread and start from the top?
Yes. Yeah, I want to talk about it. Okay, so we're just talking about IONQ, and the price that it was at the end of today is $41.32. And we were looking at doing a trade for February 2025, right? Next year. Um, and we're looking to see if we can buy a 40 strike call and at the same time sell a 55 call. So 55 strike call. So the cost that it would take for us to buy this $40 strike call is $9.45. And the premium that we are getting for selling the 55 call, which is 15 points higher, is $4.60. Okay. So what does that mean? That means we have to pay $945 to buy that call, and we get $460 to sell it at 55, which means our net cost when I just did it is like $485.
485, yeah, because we're getting back 460 for selling
Yes.
the 55 call, and we're buying the 40 call
Hmm.
for 945, and we're paying that. So total cost is $485 per contract. And
Yep.
because the spread is 15 points, at the expiration, if the stock can get to 55, it's going to be a $1,500 value, $1,500 because it's 15-point spread.
Yep.
So minus your cost, let me just do it here. 1,500 minus 485 is 1,015. 1,015 is the total, I guess, opportunity. And then the cost is 485. So it's not actually it's not actually three times.
It's 2.29.
Okay. It's 2.29 times 2.29. So 229%. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds right. I think
So you're coming in
yeah,
with 485 and you can get a maximum profit of 1,015. That's
yeah,
only if IONQ goes to $15. Now, we hit some new highs recently,
yeah.
48 48 about for IONQ, and it came down, so now's a good time to buy it. Now's a good time to
Hmm.
get in. And if it hit 48 recently, it could probably go to 55 next, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is a
229%.
good trade. Can we also talk about for the audience and for everybody like the downside of this trade, what
Yeah,
the risk is?
now let me talk about the downside, but then let me make one more suggestion, okay?
Yeah, and let's
The
go.
downside is the value of a spread like this is going to be every dollar that the stock is above the lower call you bought. In this case, we're buying the 40 call.
Hmm.
So the stock being 41 right now, 41.32, it's only valued at $1.32 intrinsic value because that is in the money by $1.32. So let's say you get in for 485, you buy the 40 call, you sell the 55 call, it costs you 45 to get into the spread, which is a vertical debit spread, and you want the stock to go up to 55, right? But if the stock stays the same price at 41.32, and you fast forward 2 months and we expire, you're only going to have $1.32 out, which is $132 out, which means you lose about $300, $350. If the stock is below 40, you lose the whole investment, 100% poof.
Yep.
So you break even. If you're going to spend 45, you break even on the share price of 44.85. That's your break even at the expiration day. So that's the risk. The risk is the stock has to at least be above 40 to get money back at all. And your break even is going to be IONQ 44.85 in 2 months. Now, does that make sense?
Yeah, because what we did is we did the lower call 40 and added the premium we got, right, to get the break even.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, well, no, we're comparing the cost, which is 45, to the share price above the call we bought, or equal to the call's value that we bought. And at share price 40.45, that 40 call will be valued at 4.85. We basically get our money back. It's a wash.
Right, right. It's
And
a break even.
above 40.45 on IONQ in 2 months is profit mode.
Yep.
And if we get to 15 points, which is 55 share price for IONQ, it's $1,000 profit because our spread will be 1,500, and minus the cost of 45, profit $1,015.
Yep.
2.2 times your money. Now, can I make a suggestion?
Yes,
This is
please.
a risky, this is kind of like a risky, risk only, risk capital only. I wanted to say risk capital only trade. But if you were to go a little bit safer, you can go buy the 35 call because you're more in the money, right?
Right.
The 35 call is going to have 6 points of value right now today. So you're spending more money, but you're getting more safety. And then
Hmm.
sell, instead of selling the 55, you can sell the 50. So you still have a 15-point trade, 15-point spread. So it costs you a little more, but the chances of expiring in the money are much higher.
Right.
Do you want to do those numbers right now?
Yeah, so the 35
And how much will that cost?
is a little more, obviously.
Plus one February 35 call, minus one, which is the sell or write 150 call for February on IONQ. You can do this with any of the stocks. It just happens that we're trading IONQ, and I'm kind of comfortable with these numbers because it's kind of going up with a lot of volume. So I think probably by February, as long as the economy maintains, we're going to probably be higher and probably be in profit mode.
Yeah.
What's
So
it
the
going to cost us
numbers,
for the 35 minus the 50?
yeah, so 35 is costing us 11.75 and the 50 is giving us 5.90 back. So that's our cost. So 11.75
I get
minus
585.
5.90. 5.85 is the cost for us to do the trade.
If you think about it, it's only $1 more. So it's not that
Also,
much more expensive, but it has 5 more points
mm,
of protection.
yeah, from 4.85 it's 5.85. I see what you're saying. It's $1 more.
And let's do the return, shall we? 1,500 minus 585 equals, so we can come out with 915,
Yeah,
which is the total profit, or the total, yeah, total profit. And then we do 915 divided by 585,
156 or one. Yeah,
156% return, or 1.56 times your money. So it's not 2.2, it's 1.5, but chances of it succeeding are much higher, I think. So you have two choices. Come in with 45 and do the 40 by 55 spread. Come in with 485 and do the 50 by 55 spread, or come in with 585 and do the 35 by 50 spread. Pretty similar returns, but one is 5 more points in the money and more likely to have value in 60 days.
So yeah, maybe drill down on that for everyone, including myself. The Because we're going 5 more points in the money, if the stock drops, um, we have a bigger buffer.
Yes, we're more in the money. There's more chance. So the value of that option, that lower option, which is our foundation for the trade, is more likely to have value as long as the share price is above, in this case, 35. Then dollar per dollar, you'll have value at the expiration. Right now, IONQ is $41. So technically, it has $6 intrinsic value if you buy the 35 call. If the price stays the same and you just shoot out to February, we're going to actually make $15 because we're buying the 35, we're selling the 50. Total cost 585. And if it can go up, we're in profit mode, you know.
Now tell everybody, including myself, the obvious part of this, which is if it doesn't go to 50, and let's say it goes to 45, and
So, which one you want to do? You want to do 35 call
yeah,
or
the
the
35 to
45?
50.
So 35.50, if it goes to 45, that's going to be 10 points of option, 10 points of option value because you
Yeah.
own the 35 and the stock is 45. So it's going to be basically $1,000 value. And then minus your cost of 585, you're going to have 1,000 minus your cost of 585. You're going to have $415 profit.
Yeah,
And so still good.
still
Basically
good.
almost doubling your investment. And if can go all the way to 50, then you're going to get the full 1,000 out, and you're going to
Yes.
have 1.56 times your money.
And the only thing to keep in mind here is that at $40.85, you will have a wash of your lower call at the 35.
Yeah, 585, right?
Yeah, the 585
Yeah,
at $40 and
a
85
wash meaning
cents.
that you break even if the stock is 45.85. You break even because that was your cost to
Correct.
get in. If as long as the IONQ is above 45.85, you're in profit mode.
Hey, by the way, someone's asking in the chat about if there's a course or a mentorship. So I want to just maybe answer that for them, and you can definitely add. So yeah, I think if you just send a message to Godric here, you should be able to get in and talk about the next steps. But I've been doing it now for over a month. I'm also a very motivated individual, so I've been chugging along and going pretty fast. But um,
Abhinav, the real Abhinav, otherwise known as Rainmaker.
AKA
Uh,
baby,
he's taking my course. I just charged $500, and you get 12 hours. It's 12 hours. It's 1 hour per session, 12 sessions. And how is your experience so far?
it's an amazing deal, y'all. I'm just telling you right now. If you're serious and you don't know what you're doing and you keep losing money because you're buying stupid calls and puts and you're just fucking sinking your account, stop doing that. Take that money, talk to this guy, and I guarantee you right now you're gonna make more money than you gave him. No, no problems. As long as you follow the advice and actually want to learn. Um, this is not a plug. I don't get paid for this. I'm telling you because I've already benefited from this. Like I'm not like out here just putting hot air. It's a fact. My accounts are going up.
I appreciate that, Abhinav. Thank you so much. And what I do is try to take the risk out of it because what most people do is buy calls and buy puts and trade their account to oblivion. And I focus on selling the options, selling the calls, selling the puts, naked puts, writing cover calls, and getting money monthly, ideally to start paying some bills and figure out how we can retire in the stock market. And by the way, we'll do your numbers next session, Abhinav, to see where you need to be to retire in the stock market, to what number you need a month to
Love
achieve.
it.
Wonderful. Okay,
All right.
so by the way,
I'm
flattery
gonna,
will get you everywhere.
well, but I mean, if it's backed by fact, I think it's really good, right? Speaks for itself.
Um,
Um,
You can see the chat better than me. Is there any other? Can you read the questions for me? If there's any questions, just
Yeah,
scroll
let's
back.
see here. So someone said we really need IONQ to break 50, and then 48 should become the new support. So looking about like they're doing some kind of analysis of the
I
chart.
like that. I like that. 48 support. Once it breaks 50, 48 to support. Yeah,
Yeah.
good deal. I
Another
agree.
person says,
We're doing some technical
uh,
analysis.
yeah. Uh, where did you learn options from? I learned it from this guy that you're seeing.
I learned from the school of hard knocks, man. I learned from over 30 years of trial and error.
How long did it take before you got good, would you say?
I started mentoring about 10 years ago, and I was probably pretty consistent, like maybe 15, since about 15 years.
Mm.
I did really good in that crash in the 2008 bubble. I was actually a short delta, and then from there I was really conservative.
Can you
Went through a
explain
few.
that in layman's terms? What does that mean? In the crash, you were short delta.
You know how you most people make money when it goes up. Well, if you're short, you make money when it goes down. So I had short shares. I was short in the SPY, and I had bought puts, which gives you a negative delta, which means you're short, which means if the stock goes down, you make money.
Yeah.
And it was really predictable, that bubble. So I was just kind of writing it down and made some decent. Remember, made some decent money. And people ask me, hey, Godric, this market's crashing. Like, aren't you losing money? Like, no, I'm negative delta, so I'm making money. So I remember it's just a nice place to be. If you don't know how to short, I can also teach you that and teach you how to play both sides of the market, both long and short.
We got a couple more in the chat. We got Tamara saying that she would need to make 7K a month to retire in the stock market.
7K. I'm gonna write that down.
And we
7K.
got someone else asking, does your course start from bare bone basics? That's for you.
Yes, absolutely. Just throw out everything you know. You gotta just throw everything out you think you know. When to start from scratch. I'm gonna show you. I'm only gonna teach you a small part of the market. I'm not gonna talk about bonds or crypto. We're gonna just do stocks, cover calls, naked puts. We're gonna do options. We're gonna do dividends, and we're gonna focus on certain things that I know how to do.
Yeah.
And that's gonna get you the income you need.
We got Ben in the chat asking, I need some feedback and insights from you, man. I think he's talking to you, Big G. So I would say you should hit him up, Ben. Get those insights. And one thing I wanted to add
Send me a
on the question.
message. Send me a DM, and I'll. And if you want to just throw me a sub too, get my attention. I appreciate that too. And we'll
I
talk to you further.
was gonna say one more thing, and then I might have to dip. But uh, I would say that yes, you definitely are very good at like making things simple for people to understand. But I would also say for the other side of the equation, if there's people in here who've been doing this for a while, I know working with you, I could tell that you will basically take the person from where they are and level them up. So if someone's been doing this and they got a decent understanding, but they don't really know how to go to the next stage. You could do that just as well as you can get someone from 0 to 1 as you can from like 2 to 3, so to speak.
Wonderful, thank you, sir. And we covered these four quantum stocks, and I'm going to take some more questions before I wrap. Tamara just came up. Tamara, talk to me. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
7,000 a month, huh?
Yep, that's what I need.
Can I tell you a secret
What's
that
the
you probably don't
secret?
know? You
What's
don't
the
want to make
secret?
7,000. Is that your bills, by the way?
That's my bills.
You're gonna need to make 14,000.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna tell
I
you
need
why.
I need 14 then.
Because what? Because I learned this. Like most people do, they make a check, a paycheck, and they spend all their paycheck, and then they're broke, right? But little do they know that there's no investment there. There's no money to pay taxes. There's no financial intelligence, right?
Right.
So if you let's say your bills are 7,000, and that's going to be comfortable. right? Not
Yeah.
like the minimum bills. That should be like to make you happy, some extra money for spending. Is that
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
let's say you make 7,000, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
you can only spend half, okay, 3,500, and that's because 50% spending. That's because 10% needs to go to savings. And I had this story about a guy that I know. He was a soybean trader, and he built his account of $10 million. He was so happy, and I checked with him maybe 9 months or 10 months later, and he was broke, and he lost everything, and he regretted that he didn't pay his mortgage when he could have. So always have something to show for it. So you're taking money out of your investment when you make money, and you're putting it in, gold coins into a savings account, into a different account. So you have something to show for it after all this time of making successful trades. So 10% will be coming out of the account for a savings or investment, like gold coins, silver coins. You can put in Bitcoin if you want, but something to show for it. So 10% comes out savings. 10% we're going to tithe. So you're gonna give back. Help your community. For me, is when I it's like when I help people, it's like I'm obligated to the universe. It's a gratitude. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's good karma. You know,
Yeah. Well,
so be
I do.
willing to go
I
ahead.
do I do 10.
So that's 10 and 10. That's 20,
Mm-hmm.
and then 20% should go to taxes.
Okay.
So let's say you make, I don't know, let's say you make 20K, right?
Mm-hmm.
Assume that you're going to have to pay tax on that. So 20%, which is 4K, should be set aside for taxes.
Okay.
So that's 20%. So 10% savings, 10% to tithe, 20% taxes, and then 10% to reinvest. So 10% is going to stay in your account to make it grow bigger.
Okay.
So if you make, X dollars, you're going to put 10, let's say $1,000. $100 is going to go back in your account. So next month you're going to have 1,000 plus 100. You're going to have $1,100. So your account's always growing. So that to me is using some financial intelligence, not blowing all the money you make, but just half. You can only spend half. So what you really probably want is to have 14,000. Did I mess up your goal?
You did.
but it's just a number, Once you
Yeah.
get there, you're gonna be good, and you can, know that you're not going to spend all the money you make. You're going to have money. You're going to have the money up for taxes. You're going to have savings account. You're going to have reinvesting. So it's just much more. You're not just blowing like all your money you make. Makes sense.
Right.
Okay. Anything else for me tonight?
Nope. It was good. And for those excellent questions, I'm a newbie. Um, I've only been trading for a month, and I've made well over what the small amount that he's charged to help me get on the right track. I've made over 10 times over what I've paid. So I'm very grateful, and I appreciate you, Godric.
God bless you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you. I'll talk more later.
Okay.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna see if I can go back to. A little better. Um, I don't know how to work this thing. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. So if you have more questions about mentoring, go ahead and DM me, and I'll get back to you. We can do like what I do is I do Zoom sessions over Zoom, and you just have to get a journal, write your notes, start you from scratch, build some foundation about stock selection, what stocks I think are good and which ones are not good, different kind of trades to make. I'm gonna give you all the tools for your tool shed. And you go in the backyard, you want a nice tool shed, you want all those tools in there, whether you're doing dividends, buying calls, selling calls, spreads, you know, share growth. This Bernie and Match theory where these quantum stocks right now are just hot. They're just going up like crazy, but also have a protection. So maybe like we'll have some stop losses, right? And then when we crash, and we will crash, the market will correct, have a little put hedge. So you'll have some puts, and when it starts coming down, you'll make some money on your puts. And if it keeps coming down, you can add puts. And if it's a real crash, you're going to know how to go negative delta and get money on the correction. So that's kind of what I do. Appreciate you guys. We can conclude early today. I'm going to look and see if I can see your questions. Can an 18-year-old take your course? User. Can an 18-year-old take my course? Yes. Yes, you can. Open your account at either Schwab or a broker that you feel comfortable. And you can start trading right away, with as little as, a couple thousand. And I'll teach you the ropes. Ben, what's your question? Also, did you DM him? Okay. I've been subbed for a while. Ben. Do I have your sub? I'll check your sub, Ben. If you want to come up, Ben, request, we can talk. Answer your questions. Appreciate you. You guys want to send me a DM, just one question at a time. And I generally, it depends on what day you're free. I just do mentoring from home, so that's just what I do. I'm looking at some questions. I need some feedback and insight from you, man. Does your course start from bare bones? Yes. I'm going back on the questions. I think we're going to continue up a little bit during this holiday season, and by next month we'll see. Trump's going to take the reins, I guess on the 20th or right around there. I think we're going to be fine until then, and then after we'll have to see, day by day. But I really need, yeah. But on the put side about negative delta, if you guys want to buy a put, let me just show you that. What I do, I call it a put hedge. I go like at least 6 months out and possibly a year out, and I'll buy a put on the SPY. And I buy the SPY because the SPY is predictable. If the market's crashing, the SPY is going to be down. If the market's going up, the SPY is going to be up. You can actually buy calls if we're in a nice uptrend. Some of you guys know you can buy calls. But when we're crashing, you want to have some puts. So what I do, the strategy I use, because we're making 5% a month or more on our covered calls, like IONQ, like NVIDIA. Oh, by the way, NVIDIA is waking up, guys. NVIDIA looks like it's waking up, so maybe it'll come back around, make some money, go to 140, 150. Apple's also waking up. Look at Apple. It would be those two were sleeping for a while. I want to share with you a couple things before we wrap. One is to have a core 10 stocks list. One of the things I teach is to focus on 10 stocks you can really get behind. And the value of that is that there's like 6,000 stocks, And what a lot of traders do, mistakenly, they're jumping from stock to stock like a kid in a candy store, not really know what they're investing in. So you avoid that by studying 10 stocks, looking at the service, the product, looking at, the volume, if they have profit, look at the earnings, at PE, do they have stock splits, do they pay a dividend? And sometimes you can even, if you want to, you can do the research on the company to see, more about the company and see if you really want to get behind that stock. And you can select 10 stocks that are the absolute best that you like, only trade those. right? Makes sense. So if someone were to say, hey, there's 6,000 stocks, which one do you pick? Well, start looking at these companies. I suggest having some dividends that pay a dividend, like Pepsi, like PM Philip Morris, like McDonald's even. And also share growth stocks that don't pay a dividend or have a very little dividend, but go up in value over time. NVIDIA, Apple, Chipotle, that have a 10-year chart that goes really up nicely, right? And then another portion of your account should be what I like to do, covered calls. Stocks that pay a high covered call. IONQ pays a nice covered call. What else? NVIDIA pays a good covered call. Tesla. Tesla's one of my favorite covered call stocks. And some of our traders are making good money on Tesla, going out 1 year, 2 years, getting back some nice money on their shares. Still with profits to be made if the stock goes up. You can play both sides. It's a win-win if you know how to do it. Before we wrap, guys, I have more questions for me. I come on every Monday night and I talk about stocks and answer your questions. And I also come a random night like Sunday or Friday, check on you, see where you guys are, and to see if I can answer questions and talk about stocks, show you some positions. Tonight we covered quantum computing. I want you to look at these companies, Rigetti, Qubit, QUBT and QBTS, and then IONQ. And Rigetti is RGTI. And just watch them. Just watch them. If they're going up steady over the next week, next month, next 3 months, maybe you want to check them out. Maybe you want to invest if you, don't put your child's college fund. It's not that kind of investment. We say risk capital only. I can't give you financial advice personally. Do your own research, do your own homework, but I can show you what trades work for me and how you can make money, at least on paper. Then you have to actually do the trade to get the result. Make sense? Questions, and then we're going to wrap. Appreciate you guys. Before we wrap, give me some more likes of 2,000. Get those likes of 2,000. Appreciate you. And I will be available. Some of you guys have my cell number. If you don't, just DM me. Just one question at a time. And take a look at these stocks, these quantum computer stocks. If they double and triple, you heard it from here first, man. They go to $100, some of them. You have been warned just before Christmas. You guys who have never traded, who have never done stock market, and you're willing to start, open your account. I would go Charles Schwab. That's just my opinion. They have 24-hour access to your account with brokers. Talk to real people, and you don't gotta have a lot of money. Maybe 1,000, 2,000. Start buy a few shares, learn the ropes. I suggest quality stocks. Don't just jump in these iron computers. Don't just jump in these quantum computers. Have some dividend stocks. Pepsi, Starbucks. Something that's tangible. I call it consumables. Comfort food, McDonald's, Pepsi. Pepsi owns Frito-Lay, Cheetos, Doritos. Have you heard of that? Philip Morris obviously sells cigarettes, Marlboro. We know Netflix is the king of stream. We know Apple is the king of cell phones. We know NVIDIA is the king of chips and games. And they have an AI department. IONQ might be the best quantum computer stock. It might be. We'll see. McDonald's is the king of franchises. Makes sense. All right, thank you guys. Let's wrap. I'll be back later in the week. Appreciate you. Godric out.